Hi. I was trying to figure out, the music thing because, it was playing and then now it's not because my video started. I was more prepared than this like 2 seconds ago, I promise. Today I just want to encourage you. I'm doing a fabulous job where I'm working, doing collections, and usually it's first world problems. People that are paying for a luxury and they want to make a deal because, sorry about the sun, I totally can't control what it's doing. Okay, that's a little better, sort of, sorry. So it's first world problems. People are paying for a luxury item and I'm collecting on it. But sometimes it's not about that. Sometimes it's life gets overwhelming and we're overwhelmed because that's what happens. Again, I'm so sorry about the sun. This is terrible. I need to do this on the way to work and not on the way home from it. Today there was a call that really really touched me, really moved me, because this is a situation that wasn't a luxury item. This was a situation where, yes, what we provide can be considered a luxury item, but for this one customer, we're her lifeblood. What we do gets her more customers, and she couldn't afford her monthly payment, and at this point she's having a hard time just with her shop. And what I told her, what I would tell anybody, is you are not your debt. You are not the bill that is hanging over you. You're not you're nothing more than who you are. At the end of the day, when you're gone, no one's gonna care what car you drove, no one's gonna care how much money you had or how much debt you had. Who are you? That's the thing that matters. And I reminded her, you are a mom. And as hard as it is right now, at the end of the day, you're gonna do whatever it takes, because that's what moms do. At the end of the day, you're gonna focus on what's important. And the bill is not important. What's important is getting back on her feet. And I told her, she needs support. She needs to accept support, and that's okay. But no one needs to help her. She's gonna have to get on her own 2 feet. She's gonna have to get through it. No one will rescue her. And she'll do this because she's mom and she's stronger than she thinks she is. She's stronger than she knows she is. And I encouraged her. And what encouraged me is that after I took that call, my boss and the other supervisor across from me, they both said that I did good on that call. They both felt that I embodied what they wanted their company to be. And that was powerful. That was powerful encouragement. But it's not just about that moment with the bill. It's about life every day. The life we get to live, there's a cost to it. Whether that cost is in our friendships, whether it's in our pocketbooks, whether it's in the time that we have or don't have, the connections we make or we choose not to make. That's the cost of the life we get to live. And sometimes that cost can be overwhelming. Sometimes it can feel like it's too much. And emotionally, we're worn down.
In half a mile, stay to the left.
So I need to stay to the left in half a mile, but I'm not home yet, so we're good. My point is, there are times that I get overwhelmed, and it helps for me to slow down. And when I can't slow down, it helps me to shift my focus and to just remember what's important. Will this matter in 5 hours? Will this matter in 5 years?
Stay to the left to I-5 North, I-10 East, Sacramento, San Bernardino.
Sometimes you have to shake it off. Sometimes you get to laugh through it. Sometimes for me, singing and while I'm driving, I'm absolutely...
In 2.7 miles, exit to exit 136A, Main Street.
There are times that I'm driving, like I was just driving through serious bumper-to-bumper traffic, and I was singing and looking like a crazy person to the people next to me, because in 5 minutes they won't matter. In 5 days there will be more traffic, and it still won't matter. The thing is you find what makes you happy, and if what makes you happy is what's making you numb, then that's probably not the best option, because once that numbness goes away, that feeling is still there. So if you were escaping, and you know, my go-to was books. I would read a few novels and escape life for a while. Some people, they like to drink or get high. If your escape is making you numb, then you're not dealing with the situation and you can't get through it. It's always going to be there. So shift, listen to music, dance, cry it out. It's okay to feel what you need to feel. If you need to cry, then cry. If you need to feel the pain, feel the pain. But remember, you don't need to stay there. You're not a tree. You're not planted. You can get up and move. And even if you were a tree, like I've got trees in my yard, you can move them. You dig them up. You very, very carefully move them. You put them somewhere where they can thrive and grow. And that's what you do. You don't sit and you let it destroy you, because then it destroys you and you have no legacy when you're gone. So absolutely what you do is what you're living with, and how you live with it, and how you get through it. And you will get through it. The things you have to choose to, you have to decide to. Having a rough patch, being depressed, those aren't life sentences. Not unless you choose to let it be. Work through it, get help. What I tell my kids all the time, I'm constantly, just because of our family,
exit 136A, Main Street.
Because of our family history, our family, you know, what goes on in our family, there has been depression. And I talk to my kids all the time about depression, about suicide. And my one lesson is get help. Always get help. I say this not as something flippant and flamboyant. I have no shame, no fear of my history. It's what has created me, but it's not who I am. I'm not a history that's in the past. That is no longer who I am. I've become something different through that, and I hold on to what's coming rather than what's in the past, because that doesn't serve me. That being said, I suffered with depression for many, many years. My first real suicide attempt was, I was 14, and I was hospitalized for about a week because of it. I had baby blues when Jonathan...
Exit right to exit 136A, Main Street.
This app's going to take me all the way home. I had baby blues when Jonathan was a baby.
900 feet, turn
and
left on Daly Street.
It was rough. It was really, really rough. And the lesson I took from that was, it's painful. It's hard.
Turn left on Daly Street.
You struggle through it. But at the end of the day, you get help. And you keep getting help, and you keep getting help, and you keep getting help, because that's what gets you through it. Sometimes you can't do it on your own, and it's okay to admit that you can't do it on your own, because it's hard. It's not easy.
In half a mile, stay to the right to Pasadena Avenue.
If it was easy, you wouldn't need help. So get help. Don't be ashamed of getting help. Don't be ashamed to admit that here's a rough patch. Because later on, you'll look back and say, I got through it. And that getting through is what makes you stronger. Get help, whether it's a friend, whether it's a pastor, whether it's just not being home alone. Get help. Reach out to a suicide prevention line if you need to. Get medication. See a therapist. Go into a facility. Get help.
In 1,000 feet, stay to the right. Then turn right.
Sorry about my directions again. I just wanted to encourage you. There's so much to who you are that has nothing to do with what you've done, that has nothing to do with what your circumstances are. Be bold, be brave. Decide that what's important to you is who you are, and the other situations are manageable after that. I hope you have a great week. Do epic stuff. Be amazing. Reach out. I love you guys. Otherwise, I wouldn't have bothered to say something. Have a great one. Bye.